Hello, welcome to my space. My name is Becky. Today, I'm emotionally heavy, and that's okay. Normally, this is where I would scroll or shut down, but today I choose to open a journal. And I want to take you along on the process with me. You know, because creating something isn't always about being perfect or making something beautiful. Sometimes it's about giving the energy that's inside of our body another place to live. And I want to take you on that process with me. I haven't even prepped my pages yet, and that's okay. We're just going to enjoy the process together. So come along with me. Whenever I'm getting ready to work on my journals, is to keep my journals contained inside shoe boxes. That way I'm ready to go whenever the mood strikes. I have all of my glue sticks, my pens, extra magazines, any fun papers that I want to use that day to. So before I begin a process of creating a journal, sometimes I like to look back on different journals that I have created, and this is an example. It's not finished, it's imperfect, just like I said before, but it does have a story to tell. And this is what I love about creating pages, sometimes gluing pictures or strips of different patterns onto pages. Sometimes will give me a place to start. And so this is a journal that I started creating several months back, and it's not finished, it's not even near finished. But I like to look through and see where my ideas were taking me. And sometimes this helps me just with an emotionally heavy day, to go back and look at some of the stories that I told myself. I love this page because I wanted to go on a vacation so bad at this point in my life, and it came true. I got to go to Florida. If you want to know more about that, you can always look at my Facebook page. I've got a nice little reel on my trip to Florida, and it actually came true. But this is just an idea of a journal that is in the making. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it has fun inserts, and I'll show you. That was one of my very fun pages, because this is actually a piece of paper that you would not normally see in a journal, but it's called a little tip-in. Oh, I love that. Move your message, and there's a heart. So today I really like that heart. I happen to have a red Posca pen here. I think I'm gonna do something to make that heart stand out a little bit. I'm just gonna go ahead and trace that while I'm here. And sometimes just the motion of creating lines or even dots on the page helps us to move the energy in our body. It gives us a little bit of a happy feeling. This is an old magazine. Yeah, it's kind of fun to look through and see the different techniques that I've used. Just a little marker here and there. She's got a long way to go, but she'll get there. Lots of fun words and lots of memories all rolled into one. But the one that I wanted to work on today, and the real reason why I started this journey, is because I wanted to use this book to help flesh out some feelings and some ideas. Not too long ago, I was diagnosed with celiac, and if you don't know anything about celiac disease, I was told that I was anemic. So obviously that has a lot to do with science and the blood. And I saw this magazine come through my mailbox, and I thought that this would be a really good magazine to begin a journey of emotional healing, because it was a very difficult time in my life. But there are so many words in here that speak to me, and I thought this would be a great starting point to help me on my healing journey. And hematology, obviously, is the study of blood. And I thought, well, this might be actually the perfect little project for me to begin on. And so, coming from an emotionally heavy day, it seems like this is the right time. So in building a journal like this, the very first thing that I would do would be to take out some of the pages, because as you can see in my other magazine, it gets thick as time goes on, because I put in many layers into the pages themselves. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is decide which pages that I would like to keep and which ones that I think that maybe I can take them out. Oh, that's fun. That's kind of fun. Getting there is not easy, but it's that journey that leads to unbelievable discovery and hope. You know, I need that today. I think that is where I need to start. Let's read this one. The courage to change human health starts by asking the toughest questions. The scientific method is stacked against us, but those odds are the source of its beauty. Okay, so there are some words there that I can use. So let's start there. Also, I brought along my trusty toolbox, which are my box of words. Usually whenever I'm doing journals like this, I will keep boxes, and as I cut out different words and things that have different meanings for me, not only do I keep all of my tools in here, but I will also sort them into Ziplocs like this, words that seem to go together at the time for me, and I'll sort them out into something like this. This I think I kept because I really like the pattern. So maybe I'll use that. Okay. And then we'll just see what we have. I have a couple of old pages here. That way if I'm using my glue sticks, I have something to use to protect my surfaces with. I think I kept this because I love the colors. So we may set that to the side because that may go with that pattern. Spring refresh. I like the refresh part of that. Ready? Need ideas? That's kind of perfect for today, isn't it? Because I need some ideas. Let's talk. I think I like that. So why don't we start there? I'm just going to start there with that little phrase. All right. Let's clear our work surface a little bit. We'll use this. I think I'll just go ahead and get this pattern because I liked it. Let's see, I kept this because I like the pattern itself. Maybe I'll use some patterns today. Let's just go ahead and get those patterns out. Oh, and I like this. Choose your perfect solution. Okay, we'll use that today. I like the stop sign. I like the speed hump. We'll find out how these all go together in a little bit. All right. I think this is the perfect time. Let me grab a glue stick or two. Clear off this area. I'm sure there are all kinds of other neat ideas that I have. Put that one over there. And here's our page. I have some other pages that I really like the quotes on. Even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. Oh, I love that, because that's what I'm doing today by filming. Taking action. Acting on a good idea is better than just having a good idea. Wow. Some things really talk to you sometimes, don't they? Sometimes the act of just cutting is so soothing. I love how that just sits there. Look at how perfect that is. Just right inside that quote. I love that idea. I may use that. All right, so I'm going to take my old paper so that I can very messily use my glue stick. For some reason, that's really speaking to me today. For some reason, I like the idea of the lines running horizontally and vertically. Leaving a bigger margin because I can always cut down. Get rid of that. I like the idea of the lines with the dots. So it may sit there. Yeah. I actually think I like that. Okay, starting to like that layer. I like this phrase, easy to get help. I think that's what I'm doing right now. Using time in a more constructive way. Focusing on the idea of creating. It doesn't have to be perfect. And it doesn't even have to be beautiful. It's just a matter of the process of calming down the nervous system. We'll see where that lives in a little bit. But for right now, it just stays there. Always helps to have a little trash can or something close by that you can just toss your papers in, even if it's another box. Usually if I'm doing this, I'll put on some music or watch a show. Just sit and cut words. Slows down my mind, forces me to focus. I lost my other word that I wanted to use, but it's not here, it's not here, and it will be okay. So this just kind of helps force my mind to slow down. So these are just some ideas that I have. So my next step is to go ahead and glue some of these words down. Begin adding some layers. I may go ahead and cut down some of these patterns that I see that I like. I think that I want that more of a square because I just like the pattern of it. And I can set it there or layer it on top or a combination of both. Yeah, so we'll see how this comes about. So I hope that you were able to enjoy either watching or creating with me, and the next time we'll be back with even more. Thank you.